Hello friends, today we discuss the combination of capacitors. In a circuit, we can connect the many capacitors to get an effective value of capacitance. The commonly using combinations are series and parallel combination of capacitors. Let us see what are the effective value of capacitance if we are connecting the capacitors in series and parallel combination. When you are connecting the capacitors in a series combination, here we have two capacitors C1 and C2. C1 and C2 are the two capacitors connected in series. When you are connecting in series combination, positive terminal of the battery is connected to the positive terminal of the first capacitor. Negative terminal of the first capacitor, this is the negative terminal of the first capacitor, it is connected to the positive terminal of the second capacitor, and so on. You can connect as many capacitors as possible. Here I shown two capacitors C1 and C2 are connected in series. When you are saying they are in series combination, the terminal are connected end to end, and the negative terminal of the last capacitor is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. This is the series combination of capacitors. Here we have two capacitors C1 and C2 are connected in series, and the battery potential V is applied to this combination. Now the capacitors are getting charged. Here a positive charge plus Q is stored on the left plate of this capacitor. So this one become minus Q, and this plate become plus Q, and this become minus Q. It means the same charge is on every plate of capacitors. As it is a series combination of capacitor, the charge on each plate is same. Say the charge on each plate is Q. But the potential across the capacitors will be different because their capacitance are different. So potential across the capacitor are different. Say the potential across the first capacitor is V1 and the potential across the second capacitor is V2. V1 and V2 are the potential difference across each capacitor. And you know that this potential difference is inversely proportional to its capacitance. The potential difference is inversely proportional to its capacitor. So how can you write the potential across the first capacitor? We can write as the potential across the first capacitor is equal to V1 is equal to charge on that capacitor is Q divided by the its capacitance. Say the capacitance of the first capacitor is C1. So we can write the potential of the first capacitor is V1 is equal to Q by C1. What is the potential across the second capacitor? That is V2. V2 is equal to the charge on its plate divided by its capacitance. Say its capacitance is C2. V1 and V2 are the potential across each capacitor. Once you are adding this V1 and V2, we want to get the effective value V. That is the total effective potential V is equal to V1 plus V2. V1 plus V2. This potential is divided as V1 and V2 across each capacitor. So substitute the V1 and V2. So we're getting V is equal to V1 is equal to Q by C1, and what is V2? Q by C2. Q by C2. Now we are taking this Q to this left side. So we're writing V by Q is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Now we can take this effective value of this combination is, say, the effective value of this combination is CS. The S stands for the series combination. And the potential on this effective capacitor is V. Say the potential on this effective capacitance is V and charge is Q. So we can take this V is the potential across this effective capacitance. Both this capacitor, if you are considering as a single capacitor, having an effective value of CS, the potential on this effective value will be what? V, and charge is Q. So instead of V by Q, what you can take is, instead of V by Q, we can take what? 1 by CS. For CS is the effective value of this combination. So we are writing as V by Q is equal to what? V by Q is equal to 1 by effective value of this combination. 1 by effective value of this combination, that is 1 by CS. 1 by CS is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. That is the effective value of capacitance if you are connecting the capacitors in series. How can you say the result? This is the reciprocal of the effective value. The reciprocal of this effective value is equal to the sum of the reciprocal of what is 1 by C1 and 1 by C2. They are the reciprocal of individual capacitance. So the result is the reciprocal of the effective capacitance is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of individual capacitance. Some of the points to remember with the series combination of capacitors are: one is charge on each plate of the capacitor is same, that is Q is same. Q is same on all capacitors. All capacitors. Okay, all capacitors. Charge is same in all capacitors. And the second point is potential is different. That is, potential across each capacitor is inversely proportional to its capacitance. Potential across each capacitor is inversely proportional to its capacitance. And the effective value, if CS is the effective value of this combination, the effective value is less than the smallest individual capacitance. Okay, the effective capacitance is less than the smallest individual capacitance, and you already seen that the sum of the reciprocal of individual capacitance is equal to the reciprocal of effective capacitance. Now let us see the parallel combination of capacitors. Here we have two capacitors, say C1 and C2 are connected parallel to a battery of potential V. We are saying C1 and C2 are in parallel to the battery potential V. Their positive terminal are connected. Both the positive terminal are connected to the positive terminal of this battery. Both this negative terminal are connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Once they are connected in parallel combination, potential across each capacitor is same as to the battery potential, as to the source potential. That is, potential across each capacitor is V itself. Potential across each capacitor is V itself. Now, the charge on each capacitor depends on its capacitance. as the potential is same, the charge on each capacitors will be different. Say the Q1 is the charge on the C1 and Q2 is the charge on C2. How can you write Q1? Q1 can be write is Q1 is equal to C1 into V and Q2 is equal to C2 into V. As potential is same, the charge then depends on its capacitance. Q1 is equal to C1 into V and Q2 is equal to C2 into V. So, if Q is the effective value of charge on this combination, if Q is the effective value of this combination, we can write Q is equal to what? Q1 plus Q2. Q1 plus Q2. That is Q is equal to what is Q1? Q1 is equal to C1 into V and Q2 is equal to C2 into V. Then we are writing Q is equal to V into C1 plus C2. V into C1 plus C2. Now we are writing that the effective value of this combination is CP. P stands for parallel combination. CP is the effective value of this combination. Then charge on this effective value is Q. The charge on this effective value is Q and the potential of this combination is V itself. So how can you write Q? Q can be write as Q is equal to what? Q is equal to CP into V. Q is equal to what? CP into V. What is CP? CP is the effective value of this combination and V is the potential of this combination. So we are writing as the Q is equal to what? CP into V. Q is equal to CP into V. V into C1 plus C2. We are cutting V from both sides. So we are getting CP is equal to C1 plus C2. CP is equal to what? C1 plus C2. That is the effective value of capacitance in parallel combination of capacitors is Cp is equal to C1 plus C2. That are the sum of the individual capacitances. The effective value of capacitance is equal to the sum of the individual capacitances. So what will be the result? Some of the important points to remember with the parallel combination of capacitors. One is the effective value is always greater than the individual capacitance. The effective value is always greater than the largest individual capacitance. And another point to remember is potential across each plate of capacitor is same. Potential across each capacitor is same. The one point to remember is potential is same. Potential is same in all capacitors. All capacitors. Potential is same in all capacitors. Then second point to remember is charge on each capacitor is directly proportional to its capacitance. Charge stored on each capacitor is directly proportional to its capacitance. And third point to remember is the effective value is always greater than the largest individual capacitance. The largest individual capacitance. So once in a circuit we need a effective value which is greater than the largest individual capacitance. We can use the parallel combination of capacitors. That are the combination of capacitors. We can connect the capacitors either in series or in parallel. Once we are getting the capacitors in series combination, if you are connecting the capacitors in series combination, the effective value is always less than the smallest individual capacitance. And if you are connecting the capacitors in parallel combination, the effective value is always greater than the largest individual capacitance. Okay.